Hello you gorgeous people of the interwebs, I hope you're having a Fandabbydozy day today. I've just finished work, grabbed myself a glass of vino and we're going to get stuck into that Q&A. Look! My little diptyque topper is actually spinning. It has been a little bit hit and miss. I am really loving the bay candle. Thank you very much, Autumn, for correcting my pronunciation. If I hadn't already said that, I might have already said that in a Vlogmas. Who knows? My head is... The lion says it smells like paint. Got a few new subscribers. Thank you, everyone, for joining me on this crazy journey. And I thought it would just be a nice way to kick off the new year. I've got a bit of housekeeping. I've got some more unboxings coming. You don't want to miss those. Okay, it's not going to be anything quite as extravagant as my peekaboo, but still pretty extravagant. And also because my beautiful sister from another mister, Winnie B, LV, who is a lover of all things British, so I am obviously her favourite. She WhatsApped me one evening with saying, "Ooh, Gwenny, okay, on your next Q&A, please include these 2 pressing questions I have." So thank you for the idea for the video, Winnie. Question one. Please tell us if you and the lion have ever had a Colin the Caterpillar cake, and did you eat the face? Now, I haven't had a Colin the Caterpillar cake. That is a birthday cake that you can get from Marks and Spencer's. There have been a few controversial copyright issues with that, with other brands putting out something very similar. I didn't ask the lion, he's playing at the moment, so I will pop in here whether he says yes or no, but as he has had children, I should imagine he's had a fair few Colin the Caterpillars, and yeah, he wouldn't be shy about eating the face first. Number 2, question number B. When me and the lion are out at a pub and a person drops glasses and they break, what do you yell? Can you please give us an example? So there are 2 reactions for any Brit, and you'll find this abroad. If someone drops a plate in a restaurant abroad, you can always tell who the Brits are, because we are the ones who'll go, "Way!" And occasionally someone will say, "Sack the juggler." Those are the 2 industry-approved British responses to someone breaking something in a public place. Winnie finished off her message with, "That is all, thank you. You can tell I'm down a British rabbit hole watching YouTube. Love you. Love you right back, Winnie. You mad, mad, beautiful human you." Okay, so now let's switch over to the Q&A from the YouTubes. Found it. Right, there are a lot of questions on here, so I may not be able to get through them all, but we'll give it a go, because you know I like to waffle. I can't help it. Any other YouTubers who have asked a question, I will have their channels linked down below for you to go and check them out. Claire says, "Happy New Year, Gwenny. Have you ever experienced luxury judgment? And if so, how did you deal with it? How did you answer if you're ever asked how much one of your luxury pieces cost by someone who doesn't also buy luxury?" She asks another question, which I will answer here and now. Can we go Fendi shopping together? Hell yeah! Let's do that. Right, luxury judgment. Oh, I know a lot of my friends here on YouTube have covered this subject. I can't articulate it well enough to have it as its own subject for a video, but I absolutely love watching everyone else's take on it. Yes, I have experienced luxury judgment. The most has been from a family member who just everything I wear, he seems to be under the impression that everything I wear is luxury. A lot of it comes from supermarkets. Okay, a lot of it comes from John Lewis and Marks and Sparks, but he's under the impression that everything I wear is luxury. And he will approach me, and before a hug and a kiss and a hello, how are you, he will say, "How much was that then?" And I would just stand there and go, and wait for the lion to step in. So I dealt with it by not dealing with it, and now I'm a little bit braver. I do I come back at him a little bit. I'm not aggressive or anything. I just ask, why is that important to you? You know, I know that we are in very different sort of income brackets, and they've got kids as well, so they've got a lot of outgoings with the kids, and the lion and I don't have that. So it could be out of curiosity, like, what do people do when they have money? I don't think it is that, though. I think it's just, you're ridiculous, and I'm going to point it out. Now I just try and be a little bit more confident with it and just ask, why is it important to you? Jan, hi Jan, says, hi Gwenny, if you could live anywhere in the whole world, where would that be? That is really hard. I can only go by the places that I've visited, and Africa is my favourite place that I've visited. I love South Africa. I love South Africa so much. I know pink is your favourite colour, but what is your second and third favourite? I don't know, probably black. What would be my third favourite after black? Jeans? Jeans, probably. Are Daisy and Lily getting more comfortable, and will you let them outside now? They are. They've got the full run of the house, which means they jump on us at 3 o'clock in the morning, and they're trying to dig up the carpet in every single room looking for somewhere to hide. So they will not be going outside just yet, because I'm fearful they'll do a runner. My girl Flo in the city, says, Happy New Year, babe, and congrats on the house move. My question is, what do you feel has been your biggest achievement in 2022? Thanks, and have a great first day back at work. I put this up last week. I'm going to have to pass on that. I'm not very goal orientated. I just want to do the things I do well, and whatever happens from that, I don't know. I'm going to say maybe moving house in the middle of Vlogmas and still getting Vlogmas out. Autumn, I have taken your crown. I am now Queen of Vlogmas. YouTube has changed everyone's things. So where I knew people by their handle, I've now got the @ with a proper handle when I knew people by their names. GD Karma says, I hope the re-entry is going smoothly. I always have more than one question, so no need to answer them all unless you're going for gold. Which handbags got unpacked first and why? This is easy. My mini baguette was the only bag, is the only bag that got unpacked. And that is because she is such a cracking all-rounder. I want to get my room sorted before I unpack everything, because it would just be even more chaos, and we're not here for more chaos, not right now. If your current self could write a letter to your future self 1 year from now, what would you tell her? Relax this Christmas. Take some time out, relax. Since you've just moved, and that can be super ungrounding, what grounds you or helps you feel grounded? Oh, this is going to sound really naff, but it's the lion and the kittens. You know, we've got our stuff, which I recognise in different rooms that I don't quite recognise. We still feel a little bit like we're on some sort of self-catering holiday. It's the lion and the kittens, being with them, snuggling up with them on the sofa. Just, they're my peeps, they're my fam, they're my grounding. Aquatic says, I'd love to know what was the catalyst for your recent move, and do you know people or have relatives in this new town that's 3 hours away from your old town on a fair wind? And she asks because her husband and her are contemplating a move to a new area where they wouldn't know anyone. She wants to know how the transition has been, and are we learning our way around? Well, I've got to say, having things like Google and being able to search things and, you know, get directions straight into the car has been an absolute joy to finding things in our surroundings. The catalyst for moving was, we lived in Reading before, and although that was only 5 minutes away from my work and 20 minutes away from the Lion's work, we're both basically work from home now, and the Lion absolutely hated Reading. A lot to do with the road system. Anyone that's been to Reading, the IDR, you'll know exactly what he's talking about. So we were going to move out of Reading, and then it was, where do we go? We thought about moving closer to individual elements of our families, but ultimately we wanted to be near the seaside. And so that's what we did. That's why we have ended up where we have ended up. We do have friends about 20 minutes away, 25 minutes away, and that is helpful as well, because they've obviously given us recommendations, and we're seeing them again on Sunday for a roast. So that has been lovely as well. We're looking forward to spring, summer, and having family come and visit so we can all go to the seaside together. So changing pace, changing lifestyle. Good luck with your house hunt as well, your new location hunt. Maria, oh, beautiful Maria Louise Loves Luxuries, says, hi Gwenny, I always have questions, don't have to answer them all, see what inspires you. Question number 1, do you listen to any podcasts? If so, which ones or what are they about? Podcasts, not particularly. I listen to BBC Radio 5 Live. It's a non-music channel, so there's a lot of chat, there's phone-ins, there's a lot of political discussion, there's a lot of interviews and things like that. I listened to it a lot during the day while the Lion was actually in the office and I was out of work, and I was just sort of bimbling around the house, tidying and cleaning and doing all that kind of stuff. It was like having a bit of company. So that's what I listened to. I listened to Radio 5 Live. God bless the BBC! Question number 2, where would be your dream vacation? Just too many places, but right now, somewhere like Mauritius, with one of those kind of beach huts just off the beach, where it's got like a glass bottom and the patio, because you're on stilts in the sea, and you can look down, you can walk to cocktails. Oh, that would do me right now, yes. Pure relaxation, nothing else. Question number 3, are you or have you recently read anything interesting? Interesting, well, I guess, what's your definition of interesting? I don't tend to read things like biographies and sort of things like that. I like reading novels. I am currently reading Stephen King's Outsider. I don't know when I first read one of his books. I think I was probably about 11 when I read Christine. Yeah, I love him. I love him. And question number 4 for the Lion. What video game is he excited to play next? He switches between like Warzone, Destiny and Division are the big 3, I think. And if he were to start a YouTube channel, what would it be about? Hugs right back at you, babe. He does have his own YouTube channel. It is about gaming. It's not much about him, it's about gaming. So he shares clips and fun, exciting or whatever games that he's played with his group of friends that he plays with. And if he allows me, I'll have that linked in the comment section down below. Miss Janet says, how did you get to be so fabulous? I don't know what you mean. Gosh, how did you get to be so funny? I have no idea. I was born like this. She said she's fabulous because of her mum, her maternal grandmother and her sister, and she knows she's funny because her mum, dad and brother are funny. Her sister, not so much. I think one of the reasons that I am silly, and I think that makes me funny, is because I am beholden to my free child. I'll skip down the street. I was dancing through Tesco the other night and the Lion was, could you please stop? Because I was, yeah, I'm just silly. I'm ruled by my free child. If I want to skip, I'll skip. If I want to do a roly-poly in the street, I'll do that. If I feel it, I do it. Thank you very much for the question. You are fabulous and funny. Autumn Beckman wants to know, she doesn't want to know, Paul wants to know, if we could only go to one place in the States, where would it be and why? Tricky. Clearly, we have to go to Houston in Texas. We have to go on another road trip around the US, everywhere in the States. Let's say everywhere in the States. And it would be to meet McGordy Gang in the flesh. If we could only recommend one place for someone else to visit in Europe, where would you recommend and why? I haven't done a huge amount of Europe. I've done a bit of Barcelona. I've done a bit of France. And actually you can't, I think, France, south of France. Gorgeous. It depends on what you're looking for. If you want culture and stuff like that, hit up the bigger cities, go Berlin. You know, if you want just wine and cracking cheese and bread, south of France. Yes, yes. And Autumn says, her question is, if I had to wear one Halloween costume for the rest of my life, what would it be and why? One more obvious answer is my Autumn Beckman Halloween costume from the collab we did a couple of years ago. Failing that, if I wasn't allowed to dress up as Autumn Beckman in Halloween gear all year, every year, it would have to go with someone like Morticia Adams. That's what I would do. Very elegant, sleek hair, figure-hugging hourglass frock with, yes, I'd go Morticia Adams. I really wish we still had the names on here because some of the handles and some of you don't have profile pictures. Danielle says, what's your favourite thing about your new home so far, or about the area you moved to? Being in the countryside. Hands down, being in the countryside. We were in the centre of Reading, so we were just surrounded, and we'd hear sirens all the time. We've got a police station 200 yards up the road. We haven't heard a single, no, that's not true. We heard one single siren, and we both commented on it because it was the only one that we'd heard since we'd been here. We have been here almost one whole month, and we couldn't hear ourselves talk for sirens before. We get in the car, we drive 100 yards out of our village, and we are in the countryside, and we've got these beautiful views. It's wonderful. And because we're out in the sticks, we don't have any light pollution. So when we step out at night, it is velvety black sky. And the lion is looking at getting some sort of telescope so we can do some stargazing and moon gazing and things like that. And it is just absolutely glorious. We love that. And the next question from Danielle is, what would you do if you won the lottery? It would be a world trip, first class. Absolutely, we'd do that. We'd be away for a few months, we'd miss the girls. And then I would petition the Lion for buying a plot of land, employing an architect and building our dream home. And then I would buy up lots of other properties that need doing up. And that's what I would do. I would do up properties and sell them on. Thank you very much for your questions. Sarah Morales says, Happy Taco Tuesday. A, how long would you survive a zombie apocalypse? I think I'm quite sensible and I'm incredibly risk averse, so I think I'd do quite well. Also, I've got the lion. We'd be fine, I think. How long would you want to survive a zombie apocalypse? That's the bigger question. And question number 2, coffee or tea? Both. I drink coffee in the morning, I drink tea in the afternoon. I'm a fan of both, and you've just reminded me I need to order some tea. Maurissum, YouTube, you're killing me. What are your goals for 2023? I don't really have any. I know that sounds really bad, but I'm not a goal-orientated person, as I mentioned earlier. So I'm not, oh, I must do this, oh, I must do that. I just want to be settled in our new home. I want to, by next Christmas, I will want to have done everything that we were going to do to this place, and just enjoy it. I want to carry on doing a good job at work, because apparently I'm doing a good job at work. That's very nice to know. Thank you very much. And I just, yeah, I'd like to grow my YouTube channel. I think that's the only thing that maybe I could have goals for. Maybe get a bit better at formatting my content, coming up with ideas, stuff like that. It does take time though, and time has always been a bit of an issue with a full-time job and stuff. And next question is, what is your most wanted handbag that you do not own, vintage and or new? Pink sequin baguette from Fendi. Still might drool a little bit every time I see that. Obviously there's lots of things that I still want. Hold out for my 2023 wish list. Wow. But that I most want. I'd take a pink Birkin. Why not? Kaylee says, take your time. Oh, thank you, Kaylee. She's always so sweet to me in the comments. Are you happy that you moved during the holidays, and what are your goals for 2023? Let's just, on the goals, no goals. Are we happy we moved during the holidays? Yes and no. No, because it was chaos and it meant that we weren't able to see people, friends and family and stuff for Christmas, which we would have loved to have done. But also, I suppose, a bit of yes, because once we were in and we had that little time off, it was over Christmas. We didn't have much of a Christmas, but I got that damn tree up. I was going to get that tree up. We were, is that still spinning? No, it stopped. Hit and miss. It has meant that we've started 2023 in our new home. So we're going forward from here. So it does feel like a fresh year start, yes. SoCal Rocker Gal. Do you and the hubby come from family money, or do you both have very high salaries? We're above average and we don't come from money, no. But we also don't have a lot of outgoings. I am relatively low maintenance. I buy stuff, yes, but I hate getting my hair done, so I'll do that twice a year if I can get away with it. You probably noticed the roots are coming through already. So that saves a few £100. I don't get my nails done. I don't go to a beautician. With the lockdowns and everything, we hadn't spent the money that we would have done going on holidays and stuff. And this last year we could have gone on holiday, but we wanted to move house, so we put the money towards that instead. Jean Marie Taylor says, are you going to do what the lion got me for Crimbo? Oh, well, there you go. That was my last video. I remember you saying he'd spoilt you. Yes, he did. Is your job a new job where you moved away? No, we work from home. With a causeway, and we live by the sea. Oh, yes. Thank you very much for your good wishes for 2023. And, oh, the last one, the last comment here, Winnie BLV. You have mine, woohoo! So we started with Winnie BLV and we ended with Winnie BLV. It's poetic, isn't it? Thank you very much, everyone, for your questions. I hope you've enjoyed the answers to those questions. I'm going to enjoy this glass of wine and cook dinner now. Thank you very much. I will see you for the next video. Hold on, I've forgotten how to do this. Until I see you, yes you, boop, for the next video, please stay safe, be kind to yourselves, be kind to others, stay Fandabbydozy, and bye-bye. Oh, and Happy New Year again.